Coming up on this edition of Explore HD TV, we head deep into Glacier Country, Montana, where nature and adventure go hand in hand.
Thank you for watching Explorer HD TV. If you're visiting for a weekend, or you've been here all your life, we'll show you the best places in the Inland Northwest to explore. Now, here's your Explorer guide, Christy Goranson.
Welcome to Explore TV. I'm your guide, Christy Goranson. We're in western Montana, where you have the majestic beauty of Glacier National Park, the clear green-blue waters of Flathead Lake, and gorgeous river valleys like this one, where we have the famous Clark Fork River. We're going to start our Montana adventure in Paradise. Paradise, Montana, that is, and that's where you'll find Quinn's Hot Springs Resort. Something happens when you arrive in Montana. Time slows down. You start to relax and take in the awesome natural beauty around you. Your Montana Welcome Committee comes in the form of graceful horses and bighorn sheep. The stunning Clark Fork River will lead you to an oasis. Quinn's Hot Springs Resort is located in between Interstate 90 and Paradise, Montana on Highway 135. It's about a 2-hour drive from Spokane and a great place to just get away. In fact, the motto here at Quinn's is rest, relaxation, rejuvenation, and celebration.
People come here to reward themselves for the things they've done in life. Either they're retired or they just here for the weekend. Or we have people that have had a software project for a while and just want to crash for about 3 or 4 days, and this is the place to do it.
And it's been the place for relaxation since 1885. Quinn's was first brought to life by Irish immigrant Martin Quinn and his family. Since then, Quinn's has gone through several owners and several transformations. When current owner Andre Malif and his wife took over, they brought new life to this little piece of paradise.
We're not an exclusive yuppie resort, we're not. We are really for Montanans and for Idahoans and for Washingtonians and for tourists in the summertime.
At Quinn's, you can choose to stay in numerous luxury cabins that look out over the Clark Fork River. There's also an adult-only lodge with more than a dozen spacious rooms and a lobby tailor-made for relaxing by the fire. And of course, Quinn's has hot springs. 6 pools are constantly being filled by a natural hot spring. All of the pools have varying temperatures, making it easy to find just the right spot to soak. Not only are these mineral pools relaxing, with the hottest pool getting up to about 105 degrees, people come from miles around for the medicinal qualities of the water.
Well, the mineral water and the benefits of it is very purifying. The heat is good as well, but a lot of people that have diabetes, rheumatoid arthritis, it's very medicinal, and guests that are going through treatments such as chemo and radiation can enter our pools because they are pure.
Pure and untouched wilderness surrounds Quinn's Hot Springs Resort. You can hike the mountains, fish on the Clark Fork, or head up to Glacier National Park. You might get hungry doing all that, and Quinn's has you taken care of. The people who work here want to feed you and feed you well. The Harwood House restaurant offers fine dining and an extensive wine list.
It's still Montana casual, and so there's a comfortableness to that. Nobody feels out of place.
You won't feel out of place in your bathing suit if you step into the bikini bar. Quinn's reserves this place for guests who don't want to venture too far from the famous mineral pools. And if a burger and fries is more your style, Quinn's Tavern is one more option. And on Sundays, Quinn's hosts a buffet breakfast that is to die for. Let the omelet chef whip you up whatever you desire. You can choose from everything from yogurt parfaits to smoked salmon. You won't walk away hungry. In fact, at Quinn's, you won't walk away without a smile on your face, because as they say here, it's a beautiful day in paradise.
For more information on Quinn's Hot Springs Resort, visit quinnshotsprings.com.
Coming up next on our trip through Glacier Country, we're going to head north from Paradise on scenic Highway 200 to Thompson Falls.
Stay at Jackson Hot Springs Lodge in the beautiful Big Hole Valley at Jackson, Montana, the place to relax, rewind, and rejuvenate. Nestled between the Bitterroot and Pioneer Mountain ranges. Wintertime provides great skiing and snowmobiling. Summertime is a favorite for the outdoorsman. Jackson Hot Springs Lodge is under new ownership, providing an updated restaurant serving great food with a friendly Montana smile. A great destination for romantic getaways. Soak in the hot mineral pool and sleep your cares away in a fireplace cabin with new log beds in the land of 10,000 haystacks.
Thompson Falls is just one of the small towns along Montana's scenic Highway 200, and it's worth exploring for its quaint shops, its rich history, and also some incredible scenic views.
Two important things happened to this part of northwest Montana way back in the 1800s. First, explorer and fur trader David Thompson discovered this area, and second, the railroad came to town, bringing people looking for gold and a place to settle. Today, downtown Thompson Falls sits on one side of the railroad with the Clark Fork River on the other, and still welcomes modern-day explorers to discover the beauty of the surrounding Sanders County.
Sanders County is very special because of the fact that it's kind of tucked away. It's still a little unknown by our communities that are around us.
If you really want to get away, just head for the hills. The mountains that surround Thompson Falls are filled with hiking and mountain biking trails where you will rarely see another human being.
We always caution people about keeping their eyes open for deer and elk and moose and bear.
Maybe even a marmot or two will come out to say hello. You can also take in the Clark Fork River or feel the rush at the Thompson Falls Dam. It's an easy life in Thompson Falls and easy to fall into the rhythm of relaxation.
The biggest traffic jam we have are the geese crossing the road, so you actually have to stop for a minute.
One of the places you have to explore when you're in Thompson Falls is Island Park. There are tons of hiking trails, and you can find the best view ever of the dam and the falls.
Island Park is maintained by PPL Montana, the power company that runs the Thompson Falls Dam. The dam itself is historic. The power plant began operation in 1915. There's the main dam and a dry channel dam with Island Park in between. It's all connected by two pretty spectacular footbridges, the Gallatin Street Bridge and the newly renovated High Bridge.
You know, the High Bridge was a pretty good effort by kind of a grassroots effort by a lot of folks in the community that are pretty energetic and raise funds, and it took a lot of years to get that project to happen. And you know, it was dedicated last May, and it really turned out fantastic for the community and for the whole area.
Noel Jacobson is the foreman at the Thompson Falls Dam. He's proud of the history of the dam.
And essentially, other than some electronic components, a lot of the four of the turbines are the originals. A lot of the mechanical stuff in there is still the original stuff we're running on.
And he's proud of what the dam now provides.
This is the first full height fish ladder that's designed specifically for bull trout in the United States.
The fish ladder is fairly new to the Thompson Falls Dam. It allows biologists to tag, examine, and select only the fish they want upstream.
So we're hoping the ladder really, you know, just overall improves all of the fisheries and opens up, you know, it opens up a lot of miles that have been blocked by the dam for almost 100 years.
For more on the Thompson Falls Dam, you can head to pplmontana.com. And for details on the city of Thompson Falls and surrounding Sanders County, visit tour200.com.
Up next, we head into the land of fairies, hobbits, and sprites to a guest retreat that will spark your imagination.
When you tour scenic Montana Highway 200, plan your stay at the newly renovated Falls Motel. More than a motel, it's your home base for your Montana adventure. Just outside your door, you'll discover kayaking the Clark Fork, fishing the Thompson, hiking the millions of acres of public lands, and an abundance of wildlife and scenery. After your day of play, we offer updated rooms with all the modern amenities. We're in town walking distance to restaurants, bars, casinos, and shops. Make your Falls Motel reservations today. Call or book online.
Nestled into the hills outside of Trout Creek, Montana is an enchanted abode straight out of a Tolkien novel. We're at the Hobbit House, where a magical experience awaits.
The king and queen of the Shire have arrived. Meet Steve and Chris Michaels, the owners and creative genius behind this unique abode, the Hobbit House. To say they're having fun with this venture is an understatement, and they want to share that fun with you.
Who is it? Who's in there? Oh, it's the mama! Hey.
Welcome to the Troll House.
The Hobbit House is built into the Montana hillside on several completely secluded acres.
They can lay out here naked if they want to.
Guests have the entire Shire to themselves, if you don't count the fairies, hobbits, and sprites who also share the property.
Bilbo's a lot of fun. He drinks a lot of ale. He has parties all hours of the night. That's kind of why we put him way over at the other end of the Shire.
In fact, Steve's imagination, with the help of a few Lord of the Rings movies, has created a beautiful and magical place to be. Just look around.
They have little steps going up to his brother's place, and he's got a little area where he sits. And then this guy is kind of a neat freak. He likes to get his broom out there, and he sweeps the little stuff off. And this is kind of spooky. This is where the trolls lived. And this is the troll mine. You notice they have their club set up on the outside there, and the lights going down into the cave. He might be in. You have to ring the bell and see if he's in. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna open the door. See if he's in there.
Oh, there he is.
There he is.
While the fairies will keep you entertained, the real Hobbit House is made just for humans seeking some solace.
It's actually one dome. It's called a monolithic dome home is where we bought it.
The kitchen is handcrafted with granite countertops and beautiful woodworking. The living room has direct TV and Wi-Fi. The master bedroom is illuminated with the Hobbit theme. Steve has thought of everything.
We've always had a good imagination. And I think, oh, what about this? I mean, even the drawers have the little rock handles that open up, and we have a Gandalf stained glass window in there, and just every little detail I could think of.
Right down to the ring dangling from the loft. Outside, you can barbecue or relax by the fire pit under the big Montana sky. You can stroll through the fantasy world around you, and you might even see the resident bald eagle who likes to keep his eye on the Hobbit House activity.
No, this is Frodo's house. You know, in the book, Frodo is the nephew of Bilbo Baggins, and so we thought it was, you know, the guy's getting older. You saw the honeymoon suite over there, the Hobbit honeymoon suite.
Notice they had a padlock on
It has a padlock, a big lock on there, and there's action in there once in a while, so we kind of have to watch out. But
The Hobbit House will surely bring out the kid in you just like it's done for Steve and Chris. In fact, Steve has written a book called How to Die with a Smile on Your Face. Seems he's got that one figured out. To reserve your adventure at the Hobbit House, just head to hobbithouseofmontana.com.
Still to come, we're going to use our fairy magic to transport you to the Libby-Troy area of Montana as we continue to explore beautiful glacier country.
Enjoy year-round activities and lodging at Koocanusa Resort and Marina, located on Lake Koocanusa, with great kokanee fishing in beautiful northwest Montana. Hunting, fishing, hiking, snowmobiling, water sports, and lake access await. RV sites and fully stocked lake cabins offer clean and comfortable accommodations. The lodge comes complete with an on-site store, bar, full-service restaurant, and deck. Koocanusa Resort. Call for information on all the special events. Located just north of Libby, Montana.
The Caboose Motel and Adventures is the best value accommodation in Libby. Stay in our spacious king or double queen rooms with a free hot breakfast. Then join us on our own photography workshops where we can teach you the digital basics. Or come on a photography excursion where we guide you to some of the most stunning views and amazing wildlife, plus a great lunch. We can also arrange a fishing trip on the Kootenai River, boating on Lake Koocanusa, or even a scenic flight. And bring the kids. They stay for free. The Caboose Motel and Adventures, just off Highway 2 in Libby.
Welcome back to Explore TV HD. I'm your guide, Christy Goranson. When you're in northwest Montana and you hear somebody talk about the Yak, well, that's what this is. This is the Yak River, and this whitewater is Yak Falls, an amazing place to be. And this is only a 15-minute drive from Troy, Montana.
Welcome to Kootenai River Country. The Cabinet Mountain Wilderness radiates from river valleys large and small. Rivers like the Yak offer excitement and a thrilling ride, while grand rivers like the Kootenai and Clark Fork are an outdoor enthusiast's amusement park.
The fly fishing and the fishing's phenomenal.
Darren Caldwell grew up in Troy. Now he's a local business owner and knows firsthand why this small town is a great home base for all of your Montana explorations.
It shows the spirit of Troy. You know, the economy's not always the best in northwest Montana with the trouble with logging and stuff that we have, but the people make it all worthwhile.
In Troy, you should do what the locals do. Take in the view of the Kootenai River from the city park. The park's pond is stocked full with trout, so bring the family and your fishing poles and you're almost guaranteed to reel one in. You can also try your hand at disc golf. It's very popular in northwest Montana with courses in almost every town. In Troy, make sure you try to tame the timber beast. But some of the most spectacular outings are in the mountains surrounding Troy.
We have the Ross Creek cedars, which people come literally all over the world to see. They're cedars that date back to BC.
Ross Creek Cedars Nature Trail is just a 30-minute drive from Troy. The mile-long pathway weaves through giant, ancient western red cedars. Some of the trees are 12 feet in diameter.
To give you an idea of just how big these old-growth cedars are, we're going to try to zoom our camera out so you can see just how big and beautiful they are. They create a great shady canopy, which is great on a hot summer day.
The path is flat and handicapped accessible. It's a great place for a leisurely stroll or to hang out on a bench and take in the scenery. The scenery isn't too shabby from nearby Bull Lake either. The crystal blue waters are popular with boaters. And you can't visit Troy without also heading to the City of Eagles. Libby, Montana is just 18 miles from Troy. Huge sculptures of eagles can be found all over town, but you'll probably find some live wildlife too. Libby is a picturesque town with world-class recreation. You can tee off at the Cabinet View Golf Course with mountains at every turn. Try your balance on the swinging bridge, or fly fish the Kootenai River. You can even tour the impressive Libby Dam with guide and Libby resident Alana Messenbrink.
They always call Montana the last best place, and I think that this area, Kootenai River Country, is the last best place even in Montana.
The choices are as endless as the sky is big here in Kootenai River Country. If you would like to learn more about the Troy-Libby area of northwest Montana, visit cityoftroymontana.com and libbymt.com.
Coming up next, we head to a funky town with a funky name. Eureka, Montana is coming up next on Explorer TV HD.
Homesteaders has what you need for your farm, for your livestock, for your pets, for your health, and for looking good. Right on Highway 2 in Libby, next to the Last Straw Cafe. Come see what Homesteaders has for you.
The Last Straw Cafe is the fun, cozy place to eat. Have a hearty breakfast, or for lunch, a great sandwich, a fresh salad, or one-of-a-kind burger made from your choice of Angus, buffalo, chicken, or emu. Yep, emu. The Last Straw, next to Homesteaders on Highway 2 in Libby.
Welcome back to Explorer TV HD. We're in Eureka, Montana, which is in a valley surrounded by mountain ranges, including the Canadian Rockies. It's just a 2.5-hour drive from Sandpoint, and it's a must-see when you're in northwest Montana.
Some of the most rugged and spectacular scenery can be found in this part of northwest Montana. We're just 12 miles from the Canadian border, where green pastures and rolling hills are tucked in between majestic mountain ranges. That's where we find Eureka. In downtown Eureka, quaint restaurants like Cafe Jack's are packed with a hip crowd of locals, tourists, and Canadians. Oh, baby, if you need a friend. The chef creates 5-star dishes with organic ingredients. Even breakfast at Cafe Jack's is stepped up a notch. Try the Eggs Benedict or the yogurt parfait that you need 2 hands to pick up. It's things like live music, good food, and fine wine that are putting Eureka back on the map.
There's a lot to do here. It's kind of a little hidden paradise. People don't realize there's a lot of lakes, water sports, there's golf courses, there's shopping, there's fine dining. It's not the sleepy, dusty little logging town that it used to be.
Clover Kinchelow owns Silverfish Gallery. Her shop features beautiful pieces by local artists like basket weaver Marilyn Evans and some well-known national and Canadian artists. But don't look for the stereotypical Montana lodge art here.
We have a lot of national artists, which you wouldn't expect in a small little town like this, nationally acclaimed artists, and it's not Western art, which is also really different for the area. It's all about color and texture, and that's kind of fun and different to see.
That's what's fun about Eureka. It's a unique mix that's hard to put your finger on. And even though Eureka is taking on a transformation, its rich history is still very much a part of the town. You can depend on me. The historic village in Eureka is made up of several preserved buildings from the region that was originally called Tobacco Valley about 100 years ago.
Well, it was originally Deweyville, after the wife of one of the early founders. And the post office found there was already another Dewey, Montana, and they had to change it, and the postmistress chose Eureka.
The buildings, like the old schoolhouse and its historical contents, are painstakingly cared for by volunteers, and they give you a glimpse of what life was like so many years ago. Just outside of Eureka, you'll find the Riverstone Family Lodge, where you can live a little like the Montana cowboys of long ago, but with cozy modern amenities. Riverstone's cabins are outfitted with handmade log beds. Some cabins even have huge bunk beds, so everyone in the family has a place to sleep. Right outside your cabin are thousands of miles of trails for riding. Riverstone offers vacation packages with all sorts of Montana excursions, but horseback riding is the most popular option.
We can do it anywhere from an hour up through overnight pack-in trips where we go in, to some of the mountain lakes around here, and we'll set up canvas wall tents and have campfires.
If you'd rather ride in a golf cart than on a horse, the Wilderness Club is a hidden gem in Eureka. Once a members-only course, the Wilderness Club is now open to the public. Golfers come from all over the U.S. and Canada to play on the championship Nick Faldo course. The Wilderness Club is pure golfing paradise, surrounded by grand, snow-capped mountains. Not too far from the golf course is beautiful Lake Koocanusa. Mariner's Haven has everything you need for a fun day on the water. The boat launch is easy to access, and there are plenty of RV and camping sites. Eureka is definitely a place you'll want to come back to. It's the perfect spot for a little adventure, a little pampering, and some big Montana hospitality. If you'd like to learn more about Eureka, Montana, go to visitnwmontana.com.
Well, I hope you enjoyed our tour of Glacier Country, Montana. To learn more about all of the great places to stay, where to hike, boat, golf, go to our webpage at kxly.com.
I can see you in the mirror, Christy. Look.
It's nice. Peaceful, magical. I need a pedicure. Well, I hope you liked it.